technically a one-possession winner as well as it is an 8-point win, but that's about as big of a berth as you're going to see between Minnesota and an opponent. They now have 18 games decided by one possession since the start of last season. No blowouts on either side of the story. And here they come away with a road win, which in the NFL, they're hard to come by. It's their first 4-game winning streak since 2019 as Kirk Cousins goes 20 of 30 for 175 and 2 touchdowns. The bright spot on the other side, Tyreek Hill, did have a $177 and 12 receptions, but did not see the end zone. Kenny White gave you the under. Pete Prisco told you to take the Vikings. You watch, you wager, you win. All right, let's break it down with some guys who know him well as we welcome in Rick Spielman and Tyler Sullivan to chat this one. The expectation here for Minnesota this season was to be better than a year ago. That's always the expectation. We get that. But they're executing in that expectation here, Rick. What'd you see? Going on the road, tough place to play, tough environment when it comes to the temperature and sort of the body not being used to that sort of game. They come out with a win and a convincing one at that. What was your impression of the Vikings here through 60 minutes?
Today the biggest difference was their defense. Kirk Cousins is playing very well all season. Dalvin Cook broke the long one there. They're able to put points on the board offensively, but their defense has been suspect. And you see against Chicago and a couple of these other games, they keep giving up points and plays. And today they were able to sack the quarterback. Now I know it's Teddy Bridgewater, and maybe it would have been different if Skylar Thompson stayed in there because of his mobility, but they were able to get to the quarterback. They were able to create turnovers, which was probably the turning point of this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is a super impressive win for Minnesota, super impressive start to the season. Going into the bye week, you say to yourself, hey, listen, we're 5-1. That's pretty good, especially with the Green Bay Packers faltering as we've seen them do over the first 6 weeks as well. This is their division to take right now in the NFC North. If they can continue to do what we've seen them do offensively through the first 6 weeks of the season on the back end coming out of their bye, it is going to be an impressive run down the stretch for this team. You look at their schedule, Arizona and Washington over the next 2 weeks out of the bye, they should probably be favored in both of those games, especially with Arizona, that game being in Minnesota and going to Washington again. That they are a better football team than the Commanders. It does get a little tough after that. You do face the Bills, you do face the Cowboys, but ultimately you're stacking up these wins now that all of a sudden, even if you do drop a game against Dallas with Dak Prescott possibly back, or obviously Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, you do have that insurance in the back of your pocket that you stacked up wins earlier in the season, so you can still be competitive not only in the NFC North race, but potentially for seeding purposes in the overall NFC playoff picture.
Guys, we appreciate the insights as always. We'll take a look at the fantasy impact from this game. And it's two rosters with plenty of exposure when it comes to the fantasy front. Justin Jefferson, 16 points as he again gets held out of the end zone, but gets you north of that 100-yard meridian. Tyreek Hill, same story here, $177, but no end zone visits. Dalvin Cook got there for 14. Teddy Bridgewater called into action. Not likely you started him as he was not expected to play in this one, but 22 fantasy points when it was all said and done.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.